Let's get satellite. I know people are gonna be jumping in here right this second. Oh my, this is about to be a good stream. Just give me oh wow. Welcome. Okay, one moment. Let's go here. I did start the stream, right? I thought I did. Let's get satellite. I know people are gonna be jumping in here. Welcome back, Weather Kingdom. In this update, we are going to be taking a look at soon-to-be Gabrielle, Tropical Storm Gabrielle, as there's a lot of information going on currently and some questions that I want to sort out with you guys. Okay, one moment. Oh, come on. Alright, now we're getting people on. Delta, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Would you like to greet yourself into the live stream here?
Yeah, sure. Those who probably remember know me from past stream, I help Pat with his tropical live streams, and I also like helping Weather Kingdom out with his as well too.
Alright, so we already got like 20 people already watching in just the first minute. Very crazy here. We are, I think, going to start out with the satellite imagery, because there's a lot that me and Delta in the background has already said, basically. So, Delta, can you see my screen, right?
You are not sharing your screen on my end yet.
Okay, I will share mine in just a second. Let me get this shared. Share your screen. Okay. You can see my screen now, right?
Yep.
So, everybody, this is the satellite imagery of currently the invest here. So, me and Delta did some exploring what's going on in the background states. Why has the Euro all of a sudden died on this system? And there's very simple, it's not too simple actually. It's a little bit more complicated than we thought. And Delta has a very good explanation on this that me and him were talking about. So Delta, basically, as we were talking earlier, right, let me just make sure. What's up? Okay, everyone. Alright, that's awesome.
Weather Kingdom, I can actually hear Delta very good on the stream.
Okay, thank you. I was just asking everybody. We already got 40 people watching in the first 2 minutes. That is crazy. Thank you everybody for staying and tuning in. You know, we already have 15 likes. This is absolutely great already. So we're taking a look at the satellite imagery, everybody. And what have we noticed is there is a low-level center on a few maps that you might not think. So, basically, we have a mid-level and a low-level. So, Delta, I know you sent some things in the chat. Would you, I'll let you kind of explain on it. But quickly, I kind of want to just show you guys basically what's going on satellite. So, this was our wave envelope in the last few days, right? And you could kind of see the remnants of that wave envelope. But we have now a new thing that's going on here is today we noticed there was a mid-level vorticity that has actually developed. And that's actually been trying to drill to the low-level center. And basically we have a mid-level center and a low-level center. So the mid-level, I would say, is generally in this deep thunderstorm convection up here to the north. This is about 14 to the north, but that's the mid-level. You might be actually surprised and say, that looks like a low-level swirl. But we actually, when we take a look at the low-level clouding, there's still seems to be a low-level center actually down closer to 12. 12 degrees and 13 degrees north back here. To me, I can't really see it, and it's very hard to see, to be honest with you guys. It's not an easy thing to look at. So, Delta, would you try and explain your thoughts on this? Or would you like me to pull up some of the data you found?
I put some of the data in the general chat for the voice channel, so you might be able to pull that up.
Okay. So, okay. You said in the general chat, right? Oh, of ours.
Yeah.
Of our chat, right?
Yeah, you can also go back to your direct messages.
Yeah, I'm currently... Okay. Huh.
Uh,
That's actually a very good satellite right there. Look at that.
Yeah, that is a basically a false visible imagery on Dapia showing 91L.
So, it's very clear there. It definitely looks like we have a mid-level circulation up here. You can actually really see that. To me, it looks like a spin, even a little bit of a feeder band right here in the mid-levels. And then you can kind of see this convection coming back around a bit and blowing up. That, to me, that's very interesting, but apparently there's still a low-level center down here. Is that true, Delta, or...
According to satellite ASCAT data, as of 8 o'clock this evening, there is still a low-level center about 2 degrees south of the mid-level center.
Okay,
So
what would you like to take a look at first?
Go down... Well, that's the ASCAT.
You don't want to look at that yet? Okay.
Yeah, we can look at it.
Okay. Let's take a look at this one. So, everybody that is watching, we are looking on the northern part of this map, pretty much where I just drew the line. We're looking right at this here. Right here. So, Delta, would you like to explain this? What's going on here and everything?
Basically, a satellite overhead is taking is taking wind data, satellite estimated winds, and they're looking for wind directions. So according to this data, that we are seeing a closed low-level circulation that is attributed to 91L.
Everybody, that is watching.
But the issue is that it is severely displaced from the mid-level circulation. And if Weather Kingdom, you could pull up the windy.com stuff I sent you. It should be right below the ASCAT.
Okay. Let me just quickly do that. Yes, this is a very good...
That is a microwave imagery of 91L. So the mid-level circulation is quite healthy.
So basically, this is the mid-level circulation right here. You can kind of tell right here. And then the low level is about over here, apparently. So would you like to explain on what is going on here and what's your thoughts of what's going to be happening with the satellite imagery with the mid-level and the low level?
I believe we are either going to see one of two things. Right now, the hurricane models and all the models are latched on to this low-level circulation. The mid-level circulation being so displaced north could lead me to two scenarios. One, which is less likely, is that the mid-level circulation is going to get pulled back towards the low-level circulation. But with how strong this mid-level circulation is, even on microwave, it's plainly honest that it is a pretty strong mid-level circulation. What the most likely scenario is that you're going to have your low-level circulation get pulled back north towards the mid-level circulation, towards the convection. And you're going to have either in this low-level center dissipate, or you're going to have this low-level center migrate north back underneath the mid-level circulation to try and stack itself.
Okay, very thank you for that. So this is pretty much what he is saying. So we got a mid-level that is much stronger than the low-level center. And I pretty much agree with Delta here, as we got a much stronger mid-level center. And what I do think is going to happen is, when we take a look back at satellite here, you guys, let's go into long wave IR. What we have noticed is a blow up of convection in the mid-levels. We've been seeing honestly more of a consistent blowing up to the northern part of this. And the low level is pretty much with no convection. And we do have some spotty showers and thunderstorms that tries and develops on this southern side of the envelope. But what that could actually, you could tell it forms very quickly, but it's very popcorn, pretty much. So what does that mean, Delta? Would you try and like explain what I mean by popcorn convection to the audience?
My popcorn convection is just your normal convection. It's like a pop-up thunderstorm. Is that it pops up due to instability or the heat, and you can kind of see on the infrared an outflow boundary off this big northern popcorn. You can see that little burst that goes flying off to the northwest. So that means that storm is now outflow dominant, and it is going to start fading. Whereas if you look up towards the mid-level circulation, where you have your lower pressures from the mid-level circulation, you're seeing this consistent convection that is reestablishing itself. It's pulsing up and down, but it's consistent.
Correct.
So what that's going to do is that it's going to lower the pressure in that area, and it's going to, in my opinion, reform another low-level circulation underneath or very close to that mid-level circulation where all the convection is.
Okay, thank you. I do notice Pat is in the Discord here. I don't know if you can talk, but if you would like to say hi to the audience, feel free, Pat.
Well, it's a good night tonight to be here. How is everybody doing? So here's the situation that we got right here. I just got back. I'm taking a look at satellite imagery the first time. Looks like all this convection is kind of, at least for right now, building up more so to the north of the northern part of the low right here. I'm interested to see how this will pan out in the long run, because my main thing is, okay, is it going to stay there, or are we going to see more convection further to the south as well? Because ultimately, looking at this, I'm looking at water vapor imagery. Where it's at right now, it's actually, if the northern one holds, it's going to be running into some dry air and maybe some problems for the next couple of days. But if it stays a bit further to the south and kind of starts to consolidate its LLC, kind of near the center, where kind of between where this northern convection and the popcorning in the southwest is firing off, it'll be in better conditions right here. But ultimately, the situation that we have right here has kind of been changed over the last 24 hours. And this has been a very interesting system to look at as well. Now, looking at all of this data that we have right here, I will say that based on what we're seeing, based on observations, it does look like the circulation has started to tighten up quite a bit, and you do see a lot more outflow, as Delta was mentioning as well. So ultimately, what I'm thinking this system is going to do now is, I don't know if it's going to relocate further up to the north, but if it does, either way, I don't necessarily like this. Where it's currently at, according to the NHC, is around, I'd say, 11 to 12 degrees north. That would put it around 14 degrees north at that rate. I personally would want to wait for more data before we see that, because what I'm thinking could possibly happen is maybe this convection blows up overnight and then it weakens as we get towards the morning, and that's kind of the scenario I'm leaning towards right now for a few reasons. Number one, this is going to be running into some dry air further to the west, and unless it can mix it more of it out, I could see this kind of receding once DMAX passes and the dry air starting to kind of hamper it just for a little bit longer. That's kind of the first thing I'm looking at. In terms of wind shear, the wind shear is much further to the north than where we're at right now. It's really not too bad where it's at, but that could also play a bit of a factor moving forward. But it's mainly the dry air that I'm kind of looking at right there, and why I'm skeptical that northern convection will hold because of that. So that's kind of my take on it right now. My guess is, yes, it's going to look pretty for tonight, but it's not really going to do that much going into the morning. Matter of fact, I want to go ahead and go back to 120 frames on my screen just to see it on my analysis. Weather Kingdom, you don't have to change anything on your part. I'm just doing it for my own sake, so that way I can do this real quickly. I'm trying to save this. I'll have to refresh. Okay, Tropical Tidbits is being a little funny. Let's try it again. Click Save. Okay, that's not quite what I'm looking for. But anyway, yeah, this is kind of what I've been looking at. You notice this convection firing off, then weakening, then firing off again. It's even in the last 5 hours, it's not that sustained. And what you're noticing now is you're noticing more convection to the south and to the west that's starting to pop up a little bit more. I would pay more attention to that than what's going on in the northern part of it, mainly because I want to go, okay, what's this going to do? Is this going to continue, or is that going to fizzle out in the overnight hours? Because if we see a scenario where this convection doesn't hold in the north and this starts in the south starts to take over, like all the models are forecasting it to, that would be kind of the ideal go-to, and it'll give us a better idea of what's going on. Either way, you're still going to see land impacts from this at this current point. There's no reason for me to believe that you're not going to. The question is it going to be Guadalupe and the northern leewards that get hit, or is it going to be Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and those areas that get hit? Those are the main areas I'm looking at right there based on what I'm seeing. And right now, I would pay, like I said, Weather Kingdom, pay more attention to the southwestern storms that are starting to pop up, because these storms to the north are kind of firing off and then dying down, then firing off and then weakening, like they've been doing all day. So that's kind of your popcorn and convection delta was talking about. So that's kind of my take for right now. I know I took up a lot of your guys' time, so I'm going to turn it back to you, Weather Kingdom, and let you do that. But before I do, get this man to 800 subscribers, please. Hit the subscribe button. Please do. Let's get this man to 800 subs. So, yeah.
And congratulations.
No, this is not David Schlott Howard. This is Pat's Path Predictor. David, no offense.
Thank you for that.
Congratulations. I don't know when you figured out how to do the Discord where we could talk, but that's going to be a huge thing in your channel.
Absolutely.
Yeah, me and Kingdom got it figured out kind of behind the scenes earlier.
Wonderful. That's a big deal.
Thank you. Very greatly appreciate that. That is pretty much Pat's Path Predictor's analysis on the satellite imagery. I think a big thing we should take a look at is the National Hurricane Center. That I wanted to take a look at that also, and kind of someone to pretty much read the analysis that the 8 p.m. advisory has. So Delta, if you want to, go ahead, Pat.
All right. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna look at Dapia, but I'll go ahead and read this out for you guys. So this is as of the 8 p.m. advisory, right here. Invest 91L. A broad area of low pressure associated with a tropical wave is producing concentrated but still disorganized area of showers and thunderstorms over the eastern tropical Atlantic. Environmental conditions are favorable for development of this system, and a tropical depression is likely to form by this weekend as it moves slowly westward at 5 to 10 miles per hour across the central tropical Atlantic. This system will likely be near the Lesser Antilles by the middle to latter part of next week, and interest there should monitor the progress of this system. 60% chance of formation in the next 48 hours, 90% in the next 7 days. And as you can see for the cone, it's pretty much in the direction of the Antilles right here. And pretty much it's very much on the edge of Barbados, but kind of the center point of it is near Guadalupe and Dominica right here. And there could be a few indicators that this could shift a little bit further to the south. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. So what should we look at next? That's a very good question. I know the icon is starting to run. I'm
looking at the app to see what the latest satellite's going for right here, just to get a general gist as to what's going on, because that gives us better ratings and it gives us minute to minute compared to every 10 minutes.
Oh, wow. Icon. Okay, I just took a flash look at the icon. Huh. Yikes. Wow. Interesting. So, we're going to actually play it through. If someone wants to give their analysis on the latest icon, feel free. I'm just going to let it play. Because it's a much further to the south on the ZRZ. Also, it does show it to develop. And we actually see this probably the furthest to the south. And then it starts, you see this?
I think that is due to that other Vortmax that is to its southwest. It dances around it, and then it gets pulled to the south. That's what the icon is showing.
Yes, I agree. We also will be watching potentially a few other waves behind soon to be. How do you guys say this? Gabrielle? I don't even know. Gabrielle? Okay, so I was saying it right. So we are also watching a few other systems potentially that has shown up on the models behind Gabrielle. Basically what the new icon shows is generally a little bit pushed to the south on the latest icon. And just like what Delta said, we actually have a Vortmax to the southwest of this. And it's been playing a bit of a role in the recent runs on the Euro and GFS. And the latest icon here does show, a much more southern solution. Also, it's showing a very strong tropical storm to a hurricane also. What's your guys' latest take on the latest icon that's starting to run?
Hey, Weather Kingdom.
Go ahead, Delta.
Yes?
Would you pull up the 850 Vorticity on the 18Z GFS so they can see that other Vortmax that we're talking about?
Yes, I will love to. So, you said, wait, what do you want to look at? 850 Vort, right?
Yep.
All right. Okay, let's go a little bit. So this is, let's go.
A little bit further.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. But go ahead.
So this is where basically soon to be Gabrielle is right. Oh, my pen's a little big. Okay, interesting. So basically this is where Gabrielle is, but we also will I'll actually show you guys on satellite a little bit later also. But we also have another Vortmax to the southwest of this area. And Delta actually spotted this out, and I was actually pretty surprised. So, Delta, I know you have a lot of knowledge on this that you have been looking at. So, if you feel free, let's explain to the audience what this all means, pretty much, in your opinion.
So, basically, low pressures, what the models are showing for the most part is that Gabrielle or 91L, future Gabrielle, is going to speed up due to the high pressure to its north. And it's going to catch up down the road, whether if you could just play it the GFS a little bit further into the future.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is that it's going to do basically like a dance. So you have Gabrielle catching up to the Vortmax to its west. And what it's going to cause what we meteorologists call a Fujiwhara effect. So the mid-level and the low-level centers are what they're basically going to dance around each other. One's going to get swung around, the other one's going to get swung the other way. And this can also disrupt both of the vorticities on each, and then the weaker one will be absorbed, which in this case, the other Vortmax will be absorbed by 91L or future Gabrielle. But this action can cause a disruption to one or both of their vorticities, their mid-level centers and their low-level centers, which can play, and it could play a pretty big role on how well or how organized Gabrielle can be before it reaches the Lesser Antilles. Just like what the Euro is showing, is that Gabrielle almost doesn't even make it to the Lesser Antilles, while the GFS in this case is showing a hurricane.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Early trends on how its structure is after this Fujiwhara effect is going to play a role in how what the potential impacts for the Lesser Antilles is going to be like.
The 0Z GFS just released is just coming out. It's starting to come out.
That is about to be awesome, because that's a
yeah.
Oh, we can actually start taking a look at that here on.
Yeah, in regards to what we're seeing with this, yeah, it's mainly going to be timing.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's mainly going to be timing with this, because the longer it takes for it to consolidate, at this point, the longer it takes for it to develop. But the thing, I'm going to look at the Europeans 12Z just to see what is keeping it weak, because I'm looking at this. What is the Europeans thing that the rest of the models aren't? The reason they're keeping it weak isn't due to a lack of organization, although that does play a little bit of a factor early on. It's because they're, I believe, in my opinion, I believe they're overestimating the dry air. So that's my opinion.
I don't know if they're overestimating it, but that's what they did. I mean, that you can tell that's what they got in mind.
Yeah, the reason I'm looking at that is, let me see the organization. Yeah, just looking at this, that's why. But this is also mixable dry air, and as long as it stays in that moisture pocket, and as long as this consolidates stays further to the south and consolidates there, it should have no problem going through that. That's part of the reason why the European is doing that. I don't like the dry air scenario that the European's providing, because the rest of the models are not supporting that. What's out, LTW?
Hello.
Hey, what is up? Everybody, this is LTW. Would you like to say hi to our audience?
Hello, everyone.
This is LTW. He's an awesome person, you guys. He actually helps me behind the scenes of the stream. Also, Pat's streams. And usually he's actually in the Pat streams also. So everybody here, we're all pretty much part of each other's streams. We all help each other. We all look at this weather data together and try and find some common ground on what's going on besides the models. Because, as you guys know, Pat's is a very intelligent weather guy that has a lot of background information on the models. Also, Delta and LW. Wait, yeah.
LTW.
You can call me LT. You can call me LT if you want.
So, this is the latest icon. We're actually at now 150 hours out. I had it playing on my stream. It does show a major... this is probably a little overhype. But it does show a major hurricane heading pretty much into the northern parts of the islands here on the latest.
That's heading
0Z.
towards Guadalupe.
Okay, Guadalupe. Okay, very interesting.
Yeah, it's the big island that looks like a butterfly.
This is
Oh, yeah.
before it gets in. This is before if it gets into the Caribbean or goes into the Sargasso. Yeah.
This is
Sorry.
this is before it gets in the Caribbean.
Okay. I mean, honestly, what I've been seeing here, I'm keeping my guard up. I don't want to say I'm expecting it, but I'm also not expecting it at the same time. Like I'm saying, I won't be surprised if this happens because remember we also had Beryl last year. We can't forget about that rapidly intensified, which we didn't really expect. This year we had, Erin, which we also didn't expect. And yeah, we'll just really have to see what the models are looking at before it reaches or before it develops.
Yes. The icon is considerably further to the west at 0Z compared to 12Z. It's night and day. That's looking at this, that's got to be a 300-mile shift to the west.
Yeah.
Easy.
I think this could be worse than Erin.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It heads towards the Lesser Antilles. Yep, this is pulling something quite interesting.
So,
oh yeah,
just letting you guys know what Pat's pretty much saying is, I have it pull up here. This is the icon on 12Z, and then when we take a look at 0Z, look at that. We are generally talking about a 300-mile shift to the west and south here, kind of caving in with the other models. So what does this tell us is, as we're waiting on the GFS to come out more, we'll have more information with the 0Zs, and hopefully we get some Hurricane Z data tonight also. When do you guys think we can actually start to say with a little bit more confident on what's going to happen in the next 5 days?
I would say tomorrow we know a lot more information because we'd have the 0Z and we have the 12Z data. We also would have more data on what's going on with the storm itself because you're seeing some organization there, but you still have a lot of question marks. And personally, I'm not sure which area is going to be more dominant, the northern part or the southern part. It's still going to be pulled considerably further to the south regardless because of that area of vorticity that we've been looking at. And even the ITCZ is starting to show some signs of that as well. But I would say by the time I stream tomorrow night, we'll have a better idea of what's going on. And that stream will be at 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So stay tuned for that.
I do have work. How long are you planning to be up?
Until 11 Eastern.
Okay, good. And then we'll probably do the same thing again. I will go live from 11 and on. That's
right.
actually pretty good because I do get out of work probably around 10 tomorrow. So I'll probably quickly come here, get everything set up, and then we'll transition streams. And I'll be taking a look at the 0Z runs with you guys.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'll be a part of your stream, Pat, tomorrow, and then I should be able to stay at least an hour or so for your stream, Kingdom.
All right, that sounds great.
Go ahead, Kent.
When you say you're more confident tomorrow, I'm not more confident for at least 4 days. Or are you talking about the islands? More confident?
I'm talking about what's happening in the next 5 days. Like, how confident are we that something is going to be happening? How confident are we that something's going to be happening in the? How confident are we with what data we have that's going to happen in the next 5 days in regards to potential intensity, in regards to potential track, and all of that stuff? I would say we're going to know more regardless.
Okay.
We're like 4 days.
Yeah. Okay, 0Z.
The next
Okay,
day or
looking at
two, we're going to be keeping an eye not only on model trends, but organization trends.
Correct.
Okay,
Organization's going to be pretty key.
Especially with 91L, future Gabrielle being a small system.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
also a big thing. Thank you for bringing that up, actually. This is a relative small system that we're taking a look at, and if you guys know what this basically, it's pretty much the opposite like Erin. When we were taking a look at Erin, it was a much bigger and broader system. And basically, this system that we're actually taking a look at is much smaller and it's more compact. So usually what the smaller systems do is they can strengthen very fast, but any disruption in the core, it can weaken it very fast. A prime example was actually just happening in the Eastern Pacific, and I would like to take a look at that quickly, is Lauren, how you say that? Lorena. That was a prime example of what happened with Tropical Storm Lorena, where we had a relative small, compact system, and it quickly actually rammed up with a little bit of RI here. And now, from last night to today, it's completely gone and dead. It's very crazy how small it was. And once it got into a little bit of cooler waters, some more dry air and shear, it's pretty crazy. In just about 6 hours, there was already its demise. So it's a prime example with this wave. It's a much smaller. Things can change rapidly, and something to really take a close look at.
I do want to add on to you.
Okay.
I'm also glad that the cone has shifted away from land, so no impacts to Baja are expected, or possible heavy rainfall in Arizona. Yeah.
Newest GFS is a little weaker. And
it is a little weaker. I'm noticing that, but it looks a little weaker, but it's further to the south too.
Yeah. Further to the south, and also that vorticity. It's very interesting that the GFS, I think it's on to something, because when we compare the GFS with the vorticity that Delta was showing, it's more spread out. I'm noticing here when we take a look at the vorticity, the 850 vorticity here, you guys can actually see this is this latest run. There's that vorticity in 48 hours. And then we're looking at this wave right here. This was last run. The Fujiwhara effect already begun. And it actually had that vorticity already caving in with soon-to-be Gabrielle. On the latest GFS, it's about 100 miles away from it. And when we take a look at satellite, I did notice it a little bit earlier, and we take a look at True Color, we can actually see that vorticity here, and it looks like this is right here. It's actually much farther apart than the 18Z was showing, and that's why the 0Z actually catches my eye, because it's picking on this little detail a little bit better. Can you guys actually see this vorticity on the satellite here? This is our wave that we're watching. And then there's mid-level, low level. And this is basically soon to be Gabrielle. And then this is our vorticity that the newest GFS shows. And comparing the GFS with the current satellite, that's actually pretty interesting. Also, you could tell that upper level feature vorticity is actually kind of spreading out a little bit. It's not as dominant as it was a little bit earlier. Also, it's actually moving away from this system. And when we compare the satellite and actually with the latest GFS, I can see why it has moved quite a bit. About probably 100 miles apart from each other. So that's some interesting data that we are watching here. Does anyone have any thoughts?
No.
I'm looking at
Well,
this.
I did see that. I did I did look at the GFS earlier today. And I did see like it wanted like a Fujiwhara effect with it, which was very interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. I think this could be a scenario where, compared to the 12Z, that is much. It is that's less likely. That's much less likely now, if the 0Z holds, based on this, and that actually really worries me, because the further away these two get, the more consolidated it'll allow for our area of interest to get and potentially consolidate. And even if it does do that, I would say that as long as it gets its act together, and there's no reason to say it won't before it gets towards the islands, it's gonna have a good time getting its act together and potentially intensifying pretty quickly. And another thing I'm looking at with this is, by the time, this vorticity actually weakens. Hold up, looking at, it actually weakens quite a bit as well, by 60 hours as the latest frame is coming out. It becomes an open wave on a precip, but on 850 Vort, it weakens quite a bit. Yeah, I would say that it's going to probably consolidate before it gets there if this holds, and then start to get its act together, and then kind of absorb that area of vorticity, and just really things will start to go off the mark after that. Also, if you are new, go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to get up to 800 subs on Weather Kingdom's channel tonight, so feel free to do that. And yeah, just keep watching the stream. We need to get Weather Kingdom those watch hours, so that way we can start doing some more fun stuff.
We got to get them watch hours.
Yeah.
Can I just mention something?
Yes.
How
Yes,
about
go ahead.
these fronts? What are the fronts going to do to the system? There's a stationary front off Florida and in the Bahamas right now, and looks like there's a cold front sweeping across northern U.S. and Canada. Do you think those are going to impact?
LTW, I just think it's way too early to really say anything about that, because right now we just really need to focus on the islands.
Yes.
Okay.
1000%.
Okay.
Very interesting data that's coming on the GFS. It is actually a lot further to the south. And it also shows development still with the system, not like with the Euro that keeps it weak. In my opinion, the Euro today, there was something that was off to me. And I honestly think the 0Z is going to re-pick back up the system with the Euro Z. What's your guys' thoughts on the 0Z?
Doing that.
What?
Yeah. The GFS and Icon are already starting to pick back up on it again. Weather
The
Kingdom. Another thing
GFS
I'm
already, the GFS never had it like weakening or anything. The Euro just today had it as a pretty much a weak tropical storm going right into the islands and then dying off. I did not agree with that.
I didn't like the initialization of it either, and I don't like how much dry air it puts on, so I'm kind of throwing that out as an outlier, because all the other models are still screaming about this.
Yes.
And one thing I need to note too is 12Z had these kind of doing the Fujiwhara effect by this point at 66 hours out according to GFS. It's much further away, and it's not doing that. What it's allowing this area of interest to do is consolidate to a tropical depression in the next 3 days. So if it does that and then continues to get its act together, the Fujiwhara effect won't really happen, and this little area of vorticity is just going to get absorbed if it goes that far. But based on, I will say this though, the GFS actually initialized really well with this one.
I agree.
It actually initialized pretty well compared to what I've seen with previous models. And the fact that it's still shifting further to the south. Where were we at 12Z? Where this having it crash into? Had it crashing into Dominica at 12Z. That 0Z shift now has it at this current trajectory. Let's take a look at this. That potentially puts St. Lucia in St. Vincent. That puts potentially, I believe, St. Lucia. What are the other islands around there too? St. Lucia and St. Vincent in the Grenadines. Actually, Martinique and St. Lucia in the line of fire.
Wow, this
Right
is
there.
this is weird. The GFS is just, I mean, it's not even just south. It is like hovering around 10 north.
Wow.
That's because the ridge is pushing it south. The ridge compared to 12Z is stronger, and at least the heights are further to the south. At least, actually, no, they're not that bad at all. Actually, let me see. Let me look at this real quickly.
I do not like this system at all.
No, this is screaming something is going to get impacted. To me.
Yeah, but this is like, wow.
591 millibar height is just about about the latitude of the Bahamas.
Yeah. Wait, what's up? Oh,
What's going on?
500 millibar height anomalies. Oh man, yeah, that explains it. Yeah,
Yeah.
591 heights. Like that's almost 6,000 feet of 6,000 foot ridge. That's very high for a ridge. That's a very high height for a ridge, especially in the tropics. That's pretty much at the latitude of the Bahamas. That's what's driving this further to the west.
Yes.
And the trough compared to the 12Z, let's see this.
Wow.
It's slightly weaker and slightly further up to the north over the U.S. So a combination of a stronger ridge and a slightly weaker trough is what's driving this further to the south for right now.
This actually has it going southwest more. On the latest 0Z has it actually going almost below north, 10 north. I mean,
yep.
This doesn't even look like, on the latest GFS, it looks like an entire new storm. Not an entire new storm, but a whole new track.
Too. It's a lot more consolidated too. You guys seeing this?
Yep.
It's a lot more consolidated.
Especially than the Euro. If you guys take a look at the Euro, it was about this. It's even more south than the Euro, but it's much more consolidated. So what does this mean on the latest GFS? It's more information. It's a whole new something to watch out onto. But that means that impacts, if you guys are in southern, now near the Barbados, the southern parts of the Leeward Islands, you guys are not out of the neck of the woods either on this at all.
That is concerning.
Right now, I would say is we need the next day we either see this lock in or do we keep seeing a windshield wiper effect?
Where it just shifts further to the south?
Where it can shift, tomorrow, it could shift back north again like it was yesterday. But if it stays in that general area, then I would be concerned more for the lesser and maybe even the Windward Islands.
Yeah, okay, we're at 90 hours out. Yeah, it's driving to the west. The GFS wants it near hurricane strength at 90 hours out. Where were we at 12Z? 998.
Now it's starting to go a little bit more. Yeah, it's still a little bit more west-northwest on the from 84 to 90 hours out. Also, as Pat said, near hurricane strength. So
that vorticity, Weather Kingdom, the vorticity to the west of it is going to easily get absorbed in this scenario. Easily. Correct. There's no argument. This is not strong enough to drive it or slow its consolidation down.
Also, the dry air on this is honestly, I mean, the initial the initializing on the GFS is pretty good, actually, in my opinion. Also, the dry air is actually not too bad on the GFS either. Because when we take a look at, let's go where we will be at. So this is, when we take a look at the Euro and stuff, look how much more dry air the Euro has currently as of tonight compared to the latest GFS. It's much more moisture, much darker greens near the low-level center and mid-level center, and that's something that I think the GFS is onto, in my opinion.
The GFS actually did a really good job initializing the moisture on this. Is it okay if I share my screen for you guys in here just to show you what I'm looking at?
Yeah, let me just...
No, you don't have to. I got it right here. It's not live stream stage, so if you guys want to take a look, this is the current conditions that we have. I'll go ahead and zoom out to show you this for the whole Atlantic, the Atlantic-wide region.
Do you want me to show this on the stream?
Yeah, please. Please do. I want to show this because here's the Atlantic-wide, and I want to go ahead and pull up the Atlantic-wide, North Atlantic for this right here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and do this. Is it on the stream?
I'm getting it up right now. Just give me a second. Okay, so general, let's do that. Patch stream. All right.
All right. Are we good?
Yeah, let me just put it in full screen here.
Perfect.
If you want to turn off your camera because it kind of shows.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, explain. Go ahead.
Okay. So here's what we have. This is the satellite imagery at around 6:55 p.m. Central Time, 7:55 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 minutes before 0Z. And this is the closest we have to the initialization right here that we can show you. You have moisture over here in this pocket. You have moisture over here in the tropics and in parts of the Eastern Atlantic. Here's what the model initialized right here. Now, granted, some of this is dry air in the mid latitudes, especially further to the east over here. But here's what we have for you right here. Look at this. It's almost a mirror's edge right here. It's initialized it pretty well with, especially the details with this. Looking at the eastern part of it right here, like how it hooks down into the tropics right here. It initialized really damn good for this. The moisture that the GFS put, actually, I have to give the GFS the MVP tonight for the best initialization because of that factor alone. So that's what I wanted to show you guys.
All right, would you like to explain anything else while the show is on you right now for the models?
One thing I want to emphasize to people, and I do want to show you guys this is, let's go ahead and go to 850 millibar Vort right here, and this is what I'm so worried about. Yes, you do have your area of vorticity over here that originally was supposed to have your Fujiwhara effect. Compared to the 12Z, it's considerably further to the west. It's further to the west by, I think, about 200 to 300 miles. And given its initialization that we had on the run and the fact that, as of we're seeing on satellite, it's actually moving further to the west than faster than Invest 91L, this area of vorticity is. At this current point, it's going to stay away from 91L long enough until we get to a scenario where this is strong enough to kind of absorb this and not stop the track at all. And by the way, we're at 994 millibars right now, and it's starting to make a bit of a west-northwestward turn, but that's still going to, at this current point, put parts of I believe, St. Lucia and Martinique in the line of fire. So
also,
that's where I'm at
parts
right
of the Barbados.
Yep.
Yeah, Barbados.
Yeah. So that's where we're at here. We're not on Storms United, by the way, guys. We're actually on Weather Kingdom's server right here. He's doing it on his stuff, but since his OBS is fixed now, Weather Kingdom, if you ever want to stream on live stream stage, just let me know, okay?
Yeah, no problem. I'm actually going to put my Discord in the chat here, you guys. That if you guys feel free, welcome up. I am just come to the Discord. Honestly, we like to talk about the weather, just like Storms United. Also, Pat, if you want to put your Storms United, feel free. Don't even ask.
All right, here's the server invite Storms United right here. I'll go ahead and put this here for you guys. This is the Storms United Discord server that I just sent. So if you guys would like to join, feel free to do that. But anyway, get Weather Kingdom up to 800 subs tonight. Where were we at? 765. We need 35 more subs to do that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, another thing noticing, Weather Kingdom, you're doing pretty good with the stream tonight, dude. You're pulling quite a lot of viewers.
Yes.
That's called watch hour.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
this
couldn't
is-
have done it
I'm
without you,
working
Pat.
for tomorrow when I stream, so
Yes. I'm excited to be on your stream also. I love streaming with you guys.
perfect.
I just like to help fill in the, whenever you're busy and, keep the updates going for both of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I'll go ahead and stop streaming if you guys want me to, so that way, Weather Kingdom, you can go back to your stuff, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Can I share some stuff with you? I created some more hypothetical scenarios that can happen. Am I allowed to show
Also,
that?
FYI, I'm going to get going in a few minutes because I'm getting pretty tired, so just letting you guys know, too.
Yeah.
It's super late.
What's up?
I said it's super late where you're at.
It's only 11 o'clock, but I've been up since 4:30 in the morning.
I'm gonna share what I kind of just made.
Yeah, you're gonna have to quickly do. Okay.
I know how it
Yeah,
feels.
I'm just
Pat.
gonna share my stream.
5:30 for me is when I woke up this morning.
Same time. All right, LTW has his scenarios. Oh, are these the same from last night, or is this a bit... Oh, these are
This
different.
is a bit different.
Okay.
So these three are kind of roughly the same. It just doesn't have that fourth one just going right out to sea because it's already eliminated. There's no chance that it's going out to sea anymore.
We can establish that.
Yeah. As you can see, it there's I'm gonna explain scenario 1. Remember, these are scenarios. These aren't like real tracks. They're just like mentioning like where they could possibly go. So anyway, scenario 1, it tracks more south, and like scrapes by Venezuela, and possibly hits the Yucatan, and then goes like anywhere in the Gulf of Mexico. The second one, it does the same thing, but it may impact or near impact Jamaica, Haiti, or Cuba, and then goes in the Gulf of Mexico and does whatever. 3 does like an Erin. It kind of slowly builds up and does like maybe like a Irma-ish track, because it kind of goes just scraping north of the Greater Antilles, and it could either go in the Gulf of Mexico, possibly hit Florida, or just hit Cuba. Number 4 is it kind of does like what the GFS wants it kind of to do. Goes a little bit in the Caribbean, goes right back out, and then potentially makes landfall on the eastern seaboard, or kind of just scrape by the eastern seaboard like what Erin did.
Okay.
Oh.
Any thoughts on this? I have another one to show as well. Just any thoughts?
Once you're done, I want to hop in because I'm noticing a very concerning situation.
Okay. I'm just gonna go on to the next one.
I like
So
the fact you got your own ensembles.
yeah,
I will
I'm just
say,
trying to be realistic.
can I give you guys? Can I give you a little bit? What I agree and kind of want to throw more out, in my opinion, with the maps. So basically, I think number 4 is really that's a very good possibility. 3 is also a very good possibility. 1, okay, look, I can understand what you're meaning that, but I wouldn't. I will actually kind of curve number 1 probably just between like this area right here that I'm showing. I'll kind of actually wait, I forgot I can draw here. In my opinion, I would say generally with the blue I agree, green that's definitely possible, and then it does something like that. But with number 1, I do think maybe with still that northern movement, you guys, I think, in my opinion, I would probably cut this a little bit more north and then come out like that, in my opinion. In the yellow here, I wouldn't. That is extremely on the low end of happening. I don't think personally this will go in the golf as of right now. But I do understand I do like your own ensembles. It's very interesting. I do like it. I definitely agree with number 4, even number 3, and even a bit on number 1. And then, with the yellow, I'm more like, yeah, that's not going to happen because there's no support on any ensembles for this to go that far to the west. For that to happen, we'll have to see an entire new ball game again. And I just...
The line you just put up, I agree with probably a little bit more than number 4.
And yeah, in number 1. I think, in my opinion, this is probably going to do something like this here in my own yellow. It's kind of going to go a little bit more north than there. Kind of go a little bit south of here. Maybe make a landfall or just miss here. And then kind of impacted the Bahamas. And then we'll have to wait and see if this goes up the East Coast and then out. Or does it go into any parts of Georgia, South Carolina? But remember, that's over 7 days out, you guys. We're more focused on the Western Antilles and Puerto Rico, in my opinion. They're the more right now line and fire than everywhere else. But I'll let it go back to you, LTW.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the next image.
Oh boy.
Here. Wait, what? What was that?
0Z GFS.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Then I'll let you take the floor, Pat.
It's the 0Z GFS is moving more towards the west, towards the Windward Islands at 144 hours out.
Okay.
As a 984 millibar system, we are seeing another massive shift to the south.
That's
gonna run it right into the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's not even gonna. Wow.
Yeah.
That I'm not looking on the stream right now. I'm not gonna. Wow. That is.
Yeah, it's not good. But
that's very concerning.
Please go ahead. All right.
Okay.
Because I think that's important.
Yeah.
So this is hypothetically. This is again hypothetical. So these are the areas that you kind of should keep an eye on. Of course, the Windward Islands. I'm saying Puerto Rico and possibly maybe like half of the DR should get ready for the system. And the US and the rest of the areas should watch out for this. once again, this is hypothetical. This is not real. I'm just pointing out like where you could see some like impacts or anything like that. So just whoever's like in this area should keep a watch, and the Windward Islands, maybe
Yes.
Puerto Rico should be prepared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm gonna actually go back and I want to take a look at the GFS. I really appreciate for you showing
Okay.
this.
I'm gonna stop screen sharing.
Yeah, you're
Just one-
completely good. So let's go right into here. So, Pat, I know you just said some things with the GFS. Would you like to explain a little bit more about that?
Please.
Absolutely. So here's what's going on. We're 150 hours out. We have this system, instead of moving to the west-northwest like what we were seeing with the 12Z, it's moving due west.
Can you share his screen? Can you share your screen?
Yes, I can. For you guys.
Yeah, you can
Whether
share your
if you
screen.
want to share this on your stream, you can, or you don't. I don't mind.
Yeah, just,
I know my face is going to be on there, but hey, I'm happy to get some camera time. So,
Weather
you
Kingdom,
go.
I also sent that picture, that image to your DM, so you can see it too.
yeah. So here's your situation. Let's go ahead and go back to 96 hours out. 996 millibar system. This is what we got for you. It moves slightly to the west-northwest, but by 5 days out, it just starts moving due west with little northward movement. Running towards, instead of maybe towards Guadalupe and Dominica, it's now running towards St. Vincent and the Grenadines and south of Barbados if it holds in this trajectory. And the reason we're seeing this, and Delta was talking to me, was sending me this, is because of this. The ridge is significantly stronger on this run compared to, let's see where we were at the 12Z. Yeah, it is significantly stronger further to the south.
It's
than what we're
crazy.
seeing at 12Z. That's why. Towards Guadalupe and Dominica. It's now running towards St. Who just joined? Oh, never mind. They were watching the stream. Okay. All right. No, wait.
I do have some thoughts on it.
Oh,
wow. That
Huh?
is...
that is.
Oh no.
That is heading towards. That's heading. That's
due
heading
into
towards
the
Barbados.
Caribbean.
That's
Going
very
into the Caribbean
concerning.
100%.
Yeah.
Go ahead, LTW. I'm sorry to.
No, it's fine. That's pretty important. I know I shouldn't really compare storms, but this reminds me a little bit of Beryl, like how it was going south of Barbados and going into the Caribbean. Did the GFS predict that Beryl was going into the Caribbean?
Yeah, the original thinking actually was it was gonna kind of like tonight. Actually, we were originally thinking it was gonna head towards Guadalupe and Dominica, then just dove south in with the span of like 48 hours, and just ended up heading towards the Windward Islands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
very
a
concerning.
high-end Category 1 hurricane heading towards Barbados.
Yeah. So,
I
yeah.
believe that's what ASCAT was saying today, that it was going to be a Category 1 by tomorrow.
That's not going to happen, in my
Oh.
opinion.
It'll be very concerning if it does.
That would be,
I'm afraid it would.
yeah.
Breaking news, the 0Z Canadian and the GEFS are running.
You guys? The Pat,
Oh.
yep, yeah, I know. I was just about to say that. What the?
Canadians
Wow.
completely caved. The Canadians completely caved.
Not just completely. I mean, it's showing what the GFS is showing. You
Yeah.
guys, New
Almost
Zero Z
exactly.
Models is throwing another curveball. Looks like this is now going to go more into the Caribbean.
This
Weather
is
Kingdom. Oh, this is a new ball game, Weather Kingdom.
You know, Pat, I want to bring it up, but the baseball game with the Yankees today, this is pretty much like that.
Brent Grisham, man. Frick him.
Yeah. I know you're a
Don't
Houston
tell me
Astro
you.
fan.
I think your ensembles are almost on point.
Honestly, LTW, I mean, everybody that thought maybe he was a little too far. I mean, LTW might have actually been on point.
Bro's a visionary.
Yeah, yeah, but in all seriousness,
on the trend.
also is
Yeah.
this is a very bad trend.
It is. It's
Because-
very concerned.
The question is, how is now the conditions going to be favorable in the Caribbean? Where does this go? Does this now become a whole new ball game where it goes so far to the west where it never gets picked up to the north, and actually does an ensemble that the LTW map showed?
Okay, I'm looking at this right now. I'm looking at the wind shear right
There
here.
is some shear.
It does look like wind shear does increase in the Caribbean right here, but I'm not 100% sure how that's going to pan out. It just depends on how the system just chugs through it. But yeah, that is clipping Barbados right there in the latest frame.
That is almost in the exact same position Barrel was.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. This is-
If you look at the last run of the GFS, it looks like it's southeastwards
yeah, it's a bit slower.
and weaker.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see what that. Yeah, okay, the wind shear is interesting for sure.
Also, speed is pretty key. If it slows pretty good in a really good area, this thing could rapidly intensify and potentially wait for the shear to leave to go in to the very favorable volatile conditions of the of the Caribbean.
I'll say it, if it's that far to the south and we're seeing a Cat 1 hurricane, as long as that shear stays just enough away from it, this could definitely explode.
I agree.
Yeah. There's one thing though that I was just looking on the shear is the shear on the latest GFS does show it. I mean, if it just plows right through it, it actually might just tear apart on the latest 0Z GFS. Because when you take a look at the shear, it's pretty heavy actually in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
It's
Wow.
another ball game in my opinion. That's
Question is, will it hold? Because it's definitely increasing, but we're also starting to see it decrease quite a bit as well in that region. That is tricky. This could either pretty much pull a barrel and say screw the wind shear.
don't even.
Is it just me, or in the Western Atlantic, it looks like there's a gyre? Is that no? That's a
It's an
It looks
upper
like
level.
something's. Yeah, I think that's what's causing all the shear.
It looks like a tut.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, on the
A
shear.
little bit. I mean,
Well-
it could form in, well,
Also,
yeah, what?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, guys, I have to show you this.
Oh
Wind
no.
shear collapses.
Oh.
That's a problem. The wind shear
Yeah.
collapses in the Eastern Caribbean.
Oh, and
It's
the thing
still
is,
high.
because the shear is, if it's just north of the storm, it can enhance its outflow, which could rapidly intensify
just about to
as
say
well.
that.
Yeah.
That's very concerning.
It's got healthy outflow aloft to the east on the 200 millibar.
Yeah, if
There
you...
is-
Yeah. Pat, would you
Yeah.
like to go to 200 millibars? What Delta
200
is
millibar
saying?
winds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead, Delta.
It's kind of hard to see on your screen, but I got it pulled up on mine. But
Go ahead.
But basically, 200 millibar is your winds that are really, really high up in the air. And what you don't want to see as a person not wanting to be hit by a strong storm is you don't want to see wind barbs going away from the red low pressure. Because that's what's showing divergence aloft. What sometimes you get, like with Erin, you had a very large anticyclone above Erin, which allowed for very healthy outflow, which allowed Erin to rapidly intensify. In this image, there's not an upper level low, but there is divergence due to the shear to its north that is going to be taking exhaust from future Gabrielle and shooting it away from the storm to the north. So you have a pretty pronounced outflow channel to the north, which the shear could help it intensify versus weaken it.
Yep, that's a scenario where it does help with that.
That's kind of what it said as well.
It's a strong Category 1 hurricane hitting St. Vincent is not ideal.
Yeah.
It's turning.
Yeah, it is. It's starting to turn a bit more to the north.
Oh my God! Like I said, it can go right between Puerto Rico and the Dominican. Is a possibility.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying that it could. Question is, does this now go out to sea? I don't know.
I think going out to sea in general can be thrown out of the equation.
Yeah, I'm talking about for the
Yeah.
United States though.
The thing is, it also depends on the ridge.
Yes.
And yeah, and
Right here, there's a trough to its north. We'll see if it can pull it, but
even
Yeah.
so, it could, if we want to go out to sea, we would have to like make it. I mean, it could like thread the needle between Anguilla and Puerto Rico, or Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. But if we want to go out to sea, one of them has to be impacted, which is not ideal.
Can you guys stop
Kyle?
tapping the mic? There's a little bit
who's
of...
doing
I do
who's
not
doing
know.
And as well, the ridge, if it holds, it could do like what the GFS wants it to do. It could move further west northwest, go west northwest, kind of like what Erin did, and then curve right out to sea. But still, that's not what we want. We should just let it go out to sea on its own.
Hey Kent, if you can hear me, if you're could you do something about your mic, because I know you're banging it. So
Is that better now?
yeah, if you're on your phone, just don't touch it for a little while, or if you are, just don't plop it on something, because I think that's what's going on.
All right, I'm sorry.
Don't
No,
worry
you're
about it.
good.
Just no.
You're good.
I would like
wow.
to also add to you, LT, that need to also keep in mind that the GFS has a trough bias.
Yes, I am aware of that.
Okay.
But anything could happen. The trough could weaken, or it could just go north
I'm
and
really
not impact the system.
I'm really interested to know if it's going to make the turn in this run.
Just It's so
making
far
an attempt
south.
to, but
It is.
It's gonna have to gain a lot of latitude. Dude. It's gonna have to
definitely
really do
weaker.
some work to get to the north.
Okay, it's definitely weaker, but still. I'm
Trough
gonna be
Weaker's
honest
not
with you
good.
guys. The way I'm looking at this, actually, what's the Canadian going for? Okay.
Oh no. Oh,
Same thing as the GFS now.
Night and day.
Yup.
yeah.
The CMC just caved
Day.
completely.
Yeah.
Although I will
and-
say, in regards to both the GFS and CMC, I personally think, given the conditions, the intensity is conservative.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me personally. I think this is a conservative intensity based on the conditions that's ahead of it.
I agree.
But I feel like this kind of relates to my hypothetical scenario because that was one of my predictions that it could do. And it kind of just proved that, like, right then and there.
Oh boy.
And
Part of me wants to stay on to see what else happens, but part of me really wants to get ready for bed. So,
yeah,
all
do,
right.
do what you can.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll stay on for a few more minutes and then I'm heading to bed, even though I'm very intrigued about this.
Yeah.
I am just in shock.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Pull up 500 millibar anomaly normalized on the GFS 0Z.
Normal anomaly. Is
I
it
got
that?
it, yep.
Yeah, and go out to like the full Atlantic view. It gives you a better view of what's actually pulling it north. It looks like the upper level low is initially pulling it north.
Oh. Wait, I think I mentioned that when I was on Pat's stream.
Yeah.
Like I was like concerned about that. What if that upper level low could tug on it and pull it up?
If it looks like the ridge, it looks like it starts to rebuild itself though after a while.
Yeah.
It misses its...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, it looks like it missed its bus ticket.
Yeah, it did.
Barely. Well, not barely.
It did not get on the bus.
No.
No.
It just sat on the station.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
Okay,
remember,
well,
it's moving like 5 miles an hour. Don't forget, it's moving like 5 to 10 miles an hour. It's moving slow.
Okay, now
So-
it's moving northwest. Yeah, now it's moving northwest towards Hispaniola.
What?
Okay, what's weakening it? Just for my own curiosity.
I think it's shear.
Yeah.
it's running with some
Shear.
Look
Yeah.
at 200 millibar winds too. Yeah, you can see there's like a tut.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
the
that's
that's
a
running
tut.
into. That explains it.
It's a
I
weak
personally
tut, but
think, though,
still
I
a tut.
personally think though initially the intensity is pretty conservative given the conditions. So I think we could see this, but a lot stronger.
That is interesting. Oh, there it is. It's like it
Yeah.
weakens after it's like 986 when it crosses the windwards. It weakens down to like a 990, and then it re-strengthens, and then it weakens again once it gets closer towards Puerto Rico in the latest spring.
Yeah,
Probably due to land. Probably due to land interaction. If it,
land interaction initially and then shear.
yeah. How about dry air? What's dry air on this frame?
It looks like the latest GFS might just crash
Oh.
into the islands.
What dry air LTW?
Very moist. It's in a
This
very
is
moist
because-
environment.
That's also because the MJO is firing up again. Gyre.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's very interesting also.
My stomach is churning tonight.
Yeah, I know. I
But-
feel like the last 3 days we have seen Fastball after curve, actually more like curveball after curveball after curveball. And all
We're
different
seeing
parts of the strike
curveballs, and then
zone.
sliders, and then change-ups.
Yeah, that's even better of an explanation.
Yep.
Now what's going to be next? A fastball?
If it's a fastball, you better be ready to hit a homer. But
Yeah.
anyway, I digress.
Well, it's
I'm
already
actually going to
gone.
go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Well, it's already gone way out of left field versus what it was yesterday. So
Yeah. He ain't
Yeah.
wrong about that. Oh, it
All
starts
right,
to
I'm gonna
strengthen
get
it.
going. I'm gonna go ahead. Weather Kingdom, you can go ahead. If you still using my stream, I'm gonna go ahead and transition to yours. I'm gonna go ahead and get off so I can get some sleep. But have fun the rest for you guys. It was really fun having being on here and doing all of this. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna be streaming tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Also 7 p.m. Central Time, so stay tuned for that. We'd be really appreciative to have you guys on. We're all going to be here. So, yeah, we're going to have... Oh, hold up. David Schlott is here.
hey,
Hey, David.
David comes on.
Just for a little bit.
There's the fastball.
This
Man. Yeah, I'm getting done with my stomach issue that I had yesterday.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you do feel better.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
have you seen the latest shifts, dude? Zero's completely caving.
Yeah. And let me explain about that. I don't think this thing is going to be as big of an issue if it goes that far south.
What makes you
Graveyard. Caribbean's a graveyard.
I understand that, but that's usually for the early of the hurricane season. But we'll have to wait and see.
The shear, I'm not go. Let's let David talk and let him explain. Go ahead.
I honestly, it's gonna, if it gets anywhere into the Caribbean, except the far northeastern Caribbean, like in a direction heading towards Puerto Rico, that's the only exception. But if it's gonna go further south like that, it's a graveyard. The trade winds are going to be quite strong. There's going to be vertical wind shear that's going to at least temperament the system a little bit. I don't think it's going to be as big of a problem if it gets into the Caribbean. Like the central Caribbean, central southern.
I mean, I understand there, but it does look like the GFS, like you said, if it goes any more southern, it looks like it's likely to make that turn back to the north. And on the latest frames at 234, remember, this is like 9 to 10 days out. So a lot can also change. And I do understand there, but on the latest GFS, it looks like the shear actually relaxes.
Actually, it's gaining latitude, but wow, that is really far south. I mean, that's south of Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
That is really far south of Barbados.
If that holds, David, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I think the intensity initially is conservative for several reasons. Number one, it's in a huge moisture pocket. The dry air is not going to be an issue. Number two, the wind shear is going to be further up to the north of it initially, and it's going to maybe help catch some of that outflow and really consolidate it. And number three, I don't really need to mention this, but 29 to 30 degrees Celsius water temperatures is nothing to scoff at with 125 OHC. That is what is so scary about this, and that's why I think initially the intensity will be conservative on this.
Let me show you my screen. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay,
let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, let me get on there. Let's do this. Let's go this. Let's. If you want to.
Let me ask you. What's this? What's that?
Tut.
In the upper levels.
That's a tut.
Yes. And where is our system at in relation to that TUT? That's what I'm saying is the Caribbean is not a fan friendly place for systems to strengthen because it's the graveyard.
Yes, I do understand, but you know, with the latest GFS, it does look like it does get into a little bit better right before making landfall.
Yeah. Another thing.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, the TUD splits off at the very end, right before Hispaniola. But I mean, we will have to watch.
Yes,
it is 10 days out. But man, if this thing goes any further south, then I don't know what to say other than this may not be as big of an issue.
David,
However,
if this goes any further to the south, it will crash into Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, of course.
That's. I mean. I'm saying that as in a sense where I agree with you.
Hold on. How did it go tonight?
Check the 500 millibar wind.
Boy. Yeah, guess who they only had scheduled for poor camera by herself doing courtesy clerk work. Yeah.
There's a ridge on top of the system.
Yeah, I see it.
Hours, I believe.
Yeah, look at this. Look at the call sheet.
It tears this apart, but if it gets exits even as a trough,
it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know how they don't have enough money to schedule more people.
That's David at Safeway, don't worry.
But now,
anyway,
now,
this
video tears this apart. But if it stays a closed
product
flow,
out, making stuff to get it out there.
David, can you?
I wonder if that's why sales are down overall because they don't have enough check stands open.
David?
David.
To get all the stuff out there that we make. And to start the pizza case and the meat cheesecake down there.
Yeah.
Keith and I think you can mute him from your end.
We don't have enough people to do this.
Yeah.
You can't get that stuff out there, so nobody's going to buy it.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous. It really is.
Hey, David.
They're trying to figure out their budget right now.
I do not know how to mute.
Right click his name.
25,000 employees.
And go to server mute.
I got to raise it one.
Okay, I just did that.
Okay.
Alright, sorry about that, you guys. But we are actually over 100 people watching. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. This is the latest GFS, and it has it crashing as a hurricane.
I'm still hearing David.
Don't worry. Give it a few seconds, because I don't hear him anymore on the stream. I muted him.
All right, perfect. If it's not on the stream, then that's fine. Go for it.
Yeah, so basically the latest GFS does weaken this. You know, it has it crashing into the Dominican actually on this run also. As a very strong tropical storm to a Category 1 hurricane.
We can still hear him. Please, we can still hear him. Just go to right click and hit search.
I already did.
Okay.
I have it muted.
All right. All right, David.
I have him muted here.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
I don't like the fact.
Perfect. Fine. Okay. So. Yeah. David made a cameo. That's awesome. Bro, this is turning into just a community of weather YouTubers just chilling at this point. I love this.
I mean, David came at just the right time to delay you going to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
10 seconds, and you would never have noticed he was there.
Yeah.
Man.
Very interesting.
Okay, I'm gonna go now for real. I'm actually gonna get going because I want to get some sleep. But we're at we're at 100 concurrent viewers on this stream, dude, and we've been close to that this entire night. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, we've been almost streaming for 2 hours now.
Yeah.
By the way,
go ahead.
If anyone is new, please like and subscribe. I am going live once again tomorrow around the same time in the afternoon, probably around 1 to 2 o'clock, and then we'll probably do our afternoon update, and then we will be live with Pat. Pat, if you want to let everyone know when you're going live, and then the plan after that and everything.
All right, the plan is I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night starting at 8 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, which is also in the Eastern Time Zone, 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to be streaming until 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Central Time. And then after that, you're going to be redirected to Weather Kingdom stream, and he's going to continue the after show. And after that, I'm going to go to bed because I have to go to work early tomorrow, the next day. But that's the plan for that. We're going to be talking about all of this. And ultimately, what we saw tonight was, as Weather Kingdom and I like to say, a new ball game.
Ball game, yeah.
And I will say thank you all for coming out. I look forward to seeing all of you guys on the stream tonight. And we're gonna have some fun tomorrow night. Let all your friends and family know that I'm streaming, because if we can get if Pat's Path Predictor can get 1,000 concurrent viewers tomorrow night, that would be insane, and that would be very heartwarming and humbling. It would also help Weather Kingdom out too, because those 1,000 concurrent viewers would help him out and blast his and help his channel out. So if we could do that and hit that goal tomorrow night, so let everyone know on all your social medias that I'm doing this. Let's do it.
I don't want.
Let's make it the best stream of the season so far.
We have bad news about the GFS.
Oh, what's up?
The GFS has it crashing into the Dominican, then actually going back out like Irma, kind of.
Oh my god!
And rides the Cuba coast and starts strengthening.
There's a ridge to the north. Check the 500 millibar anomalies. The norms.
I'm sorry to keep you up, Pat. I trust me.
No,
Wait.
I want to see this.
The 500 millibar anomalies.
Are you guys seeing my face cam?
No.
There's a ridge to its north.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right here.
When Pat's face is like that, that means something is going really wrong.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This looks like it's going to go into the Gulf this run, and the conditions are actually more favorable in the... Okay, this is bad. This does a lot of bad things on the 0Z.
There are 591 millibar heights in the Bahamas. This is going through the straits.
Wow, it actually, look at that. It makes a land... Okay, so it actually strengthens it. And it makes another landfall in Cuba as a 998. On the northern coast as a 998. So it does... how many landfalls does this make now? There's Barbados, that's very close. But it makes a landfall on at least one of the islands. Then it makes a landfall in the Dominican. And then makes a landfall in the tip of Cuba. Then goes back out in the waters. And then makes another landfall in the different portion of the northern Cuba. And then probably another landfall somewhere in the United States. That's a lot of landfalls, you guys. That's a lot of impacts.
Okay, this is starting to scream like Hurricane Delta. Or Laura.
Oh, Laura, yeah.
Laura.
It came off Cuba as a Cat 1 and then entered the Gulf.
Yep.
This is going in the Gulf. There's no question about it on this run.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in chat memeing about what David's saying, that's why sales are down. Hey, sales are going to go up tomorrow night on the stream. That's all I'm going to say, man. I know I shouldn't be making fun of this and all that, but my goodness, what a model run the GFS has.
And the Canadian also. Look at the latest Canadian. It has it making a landfall in Puerto Rico and then riding the Puerto Rico's coast as a hurricane. And it pretty much has caved in with the GFS just a little bit further to the north.
Every single model's caving. What is
this is going in the Gulf.
Do? What's the Euro going to do?
Uh-oh. Pat, if all the malls go with the Canadian, then we could have like an Irma type situation, but instead of hitting Florida, it could go in the Gulf and potentially rapidly intensify.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, it's already almost.
I think the
intensifying
Canadian's the
along
most dangerous. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Go.
It's all right. It was strengthening. Now it's over central Cuba right now. It's actually dipped going due west.
Yeah.
How many hours is that out?
282.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
on the northern part of the coast. Yep. This is. I'm getting. Yo, you know, Erin literally whoops me with streaming every night, but I feel like Gabrielle is about to do. I don't even know.
You're
I
gonna
know.
forget 1,000 subs. You're gonna get 2,000 subs by the end of this.
Real.
And you know, and then let's say it makes landfall in the U.S. and then goes back out in the Carolinas and then do another loop. I mean, that's not gonna happen. I'm just saying.
No, we're not gonna.
Yeah, no.
Bro, you guys remember my hypotheticals? My hypothetical hot take.
The storm of the year, you guys.
Yeah.
It's about to happen.
Throughout the entire Caribbean.
What? We shouldn't be laughing about this, but seriously,
Yeah.
though, we're just playing with hypotheticals.
Hurricane
Yeah.
spacesuit went to Jupiter and fought another.
Yeah. We shouldn't be
Oh,
laughing
one.
about this, but the reason we are right now is it's still an invest. It's all fun and games right now. It's not like we're still a week out from any impacts right now. So we can take more liberties to do this. And same
Yeah.
thing with my stream. We won't be probably as chaotic, but ultimately we can be more we can have more liberties with this. It's once people start getting in harm's way when we take things more seriously. But right now it's more fun and games, and it's all hypothetical. It's mostly hypothetical, so
Yeah.
that's why we're kind of laughing
Oh
about
my
this.
God.
But you should. Yeah. Yeah. What's up?
288
What's
up?
hours, it starts to strengthen and it's going right into the Gulf with perfect
yeah.
conditions.
There it is. There it
This is about to be the run that.
And there's little to no shear in it. Just perfect.
My goodness.
And the
The
waters
same-
are ridiculously warm. Yeah, Weather Kingdom, we're gonna be live for the next couple weeks, probably.
Oh my god, I don't want to say this, but I feel like I don't know why, but this is kind of giving me some also Rita vibes a
This
little
is
bit.
pretty much a lot of hurricanes. This is pretty much our worst nightmare right here.
Yeah.
It's
There's
showing.
a front
yes.
over Florida. That's Florida. That's North Gulf Coast, Northeast Gulf Coast. That front's gonna
Yeah.
hold hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot can change, obviously, but this is something I did not want to see.
So much, and likely so much will change.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like, trust me, if this is doing the same thing tomorrow on Pat's stream and the day after, you're not going to be hearing us laughing.
Oh yeah, no. This
Oh,
is.
yeah,
Remember, this is
definitely.
over 10 days out. This is 11, 12, 13 days out. This is 282 hours out on September 16th. It's 11 days out.
This is
Yeah.
what we call fantasy land or approaching fantasy land.
Correct.
Yeah. You guys should watch. We should watch out for it, and kind of like you just start watching out. Don't go panicking and stuff.
Of
Just watch it.
300
You-
hours
no-
out, 996 heading towards the Keys.
Actually, scratch that. Don't panic. That'll make everything worse.
Yeah, we need to relax.
Yeah.
So now it makes
I think-
landfall in the Florida Keys also.
Yeah, I think for right now we need to relax,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
we need to remember that this is just one model run. and nothing is set in stone just yet.
Yes,
But-
also the Canadian is fully out and, shows a complete different case scenario. I mean, not really, because 240 out on the Canadian compared to the GFS, they're actually not that far apart. It's just one is actually just south of Puerto Rico and the other one's just north of Puerto Rico. So that's very interesting in my opinion.
Canadians caving. It's cave tonight.
Yeah.
And I think Canadian is the most dangerous cave.
Wow,
because,
we got 101 people still watching at 1 in the morning. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've had like 500 people watch it. Like I've had peak viewership at this time. So, when I was in Hastings. So, yeah.
Yes, you are correct, Aaron. GFS is all over the place. Honestly, all the models are. It has been throwing, like Pat said, sliders, curveballs, fastballs, whatever you want to name it at this point.
Let's remember not too long ago the GFS was saying it was going to slam South Carolina.
Correct.
Yes.
If we wake up and this is back into the Carolinas, I mean, come on.
Storm United.
I just want to mention some stuff. I think that the CMC is the most dangerous cave because, once again, if the CMC is right, that's gonna be really, really bad. I'm talking like if it impacts land early, like impacts Puerto Rico. I mean, Puerto Rico is like a pretty small island, so it could pass just fine, and then it could just rapidly intensify around the Turks and Caicos.
Wow, look at the latest GFS. 306 hours, remember this is Fantasyland, you guys, September 17th. It goes into the Gulf, starts to intensify, and it actually rides the Florida. It starts to ride the Florida's coast on the eastern side. Remember, this is Fantasyland.
Okay. Alex just posted something in Tropical Chat. This seriously isn't looking good, not only for the islands, but Conus down the road. Alex is one of our tropical team from Storms United. If you hear him saying that, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And Charlie's on as well, so hopefully he'll be on the stream tomorrow night. Bro, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think at least 10 lines of me going, Oh boy.
But
what? Okay, what are we looking at? Latest frame with the GFS. 979 crashing into Southwest Florida.
Looks like a Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie Ian combo.
Yeah.
No, Ian
Irma.
Yeah, this reminds me of Irma a bit.
Yeah. But remember, this is just Fantasyland, so we should pay. I know the Windward Islands are first on our list. Our second on our list, depending on where it goes, is either Bahamas or Jamaica. If it like goes in the Caribbean or the Saragossa Sea, and then either Mexico, like the Yucatan Peninsula or Florida, and then possibly just hang into the Caribbean. No, I meant into the Gulf of Mexico. My bad.
Yeah.
Just look at those frames. Look how fast it deepens.
Yeah. Let's just also calm down. I know I posted something in the chat that you guys might enjoy, but
yeah.
Is it going to turn and across Florida?
We'll have to wait and see. This is very far out.
For sure. Okay, now it's 12 o'clock. Clock strikes midnight my time. I'm going to bed.
All right.
All right. Thank you for having me on, guys, for this long. And I'm glad to be a part of this, even though we're going to have a fun stream tomorrow night. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. And I have a feeling a lot of people are going to show up if 100 people are showing up to Weather Kingdom stream tonight. So I'm heading to bed, getting some sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I pray that all hell does not break loose, because this is a huge problem, and my tropical chat has just started noticing. So yeah.
I'm just gonna say this right before you leave. I'm gonna kind of use your wording from like Erin. This is a scary 25 miles an hour.
This is a scary invest.
Mm-hmm.
It may not seem like much right now, but it's a scary invest with the conditions coming ahead of it. Pretty much, it's the scenario of hitting 0-50 in the postseason and then popping a 3-run home run.
Yeah.
Basically.
What's that, lady?
And in case you're wondering, that happened. That was Yuli Gurriel in the 2019 ALCS against the Yankees.
Wait,
Sorry,
are you sharing your screen?
What?
Are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, I wasn't even showing that.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You're good. But anyway, I'm heading to bed. You have a nice night, guys. I'll see you later.
Yeah, wow.
All right. See ya.
What is going on with the... Oh my
But
god.
it's also,
Oh my god, it's curving inland.
yeah, it's over South Florida.
And then it's going to
Hold
go
on, I need
off
to look
the
at
East
that because that's
Coast.
like near where I am.
That is literally...
It's
But
going to cross.
another thing I want to keep a point is that it keeps it pretty small its entire life.
Yeah, it does.
It's going to cross Florida, I think, in the run. I mean,
I think it's going to go straight out to sea because you have that trough over the eastern U.S. on the run.
Yeah.
You
You guys, I am getting pretty tired here. I do have to wake up around like 6:30 in the morning. I've been streaming for about like 2 hours, and the goal was to look at all the models, look at the data, and I would like to take a look at satellite again because we are nearing midnight here, you guys. It is crazy. What's your guys' thoughts?
I'm just kind of taking a look at like some soundings on the GFS run near Florida. And it looks like a 85 knot. I think that would be flight level, I believe. Can someone fact check that?
On a sounding?
Yes.
If you can just send that to like the text channel, Weather Kingdoms, I can probably tell you.
Yes, I will be doing that right now. Because it looks like I'm seeing 85. I'm just. Should I send it just in the VC chat?
You know what? If you could just probably DM me it.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
do you think it's going to go out to sea or up the East Coast when it goes to the other side?
Too far.
Pivotal weather. It has the run further out, and it is off the coast, the east coast of Florida, and it's just flying, paralleling. It came out just south of Cape Canaveral, and it's pretty much following the Gulf Stream. It's actually intensifying at 980.
By the way, I just sent it to you.
You guys have to
That's
remember,
what-
this is almost towards the end of September. This is almost nearing September 20th.
Yeah. Anyway,
We're
sorry,
only on
did I cut
September
you off, Ken?
5th. This is like a half a month. This is like, this storm could be around for the entire month of September.
That's crazy.
Anyway, Ken, what were you gonna say?
And he kind of verified it. I thought it was going to cross over Florida, but he's already verified that that's what. Yeah, there you go, right there.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, by the way, Delta, did you get the?
Yeah, at about 800 to 700 millibars, it's about these 60 to 70 knots, and at the surface, it's about 65 knots.
Okay.
Because the filled in triangle, is that 50 or 100 knots?
That's 50 knots.
And then the long
two triangles is 100. Two triangles are 100.
All right, and the full lines are 10 knots.
Yeah, the half lines are 5.
Yeah, so it looks to be 50, 60, 70, 75 knots flight level, and 50, 60, 65 knots surface.
Okay.
Wow.
But it also looks like you're not in the eye wall, which is...
Yeah, that's good.
And when we take a look at the latest satellite imagery, it actually looks like the mid-level circulation is actually starting to move a little bit south towards the low-level center.
So
just a little bit.
I would keep an eye out for now is if the southern convection
blows up also
and it holds, or if the mid-level circulation starts getting pulled south.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow, we officially been streaming for over 2 hours.
That's crazy. Good job by the kingdom.
Yeah. I do need to go to bed, you guys. Very soon.
Still got 70 people watching right now.
Yeah, I know, and it's literally 1:10 in the morning. Wow. Yeah, at this point, I'm going to need to conserve and get some sleep and some energy because I'm going to be live like this tomorrow too, and I have a very busy work day actually on a Friday night at a food place, and I'm a cook, so it's not that fun because usually Friday nights is, football games, baseball games, and usually I'm in my behind the grill and in the kitchen for like a solid 6 hours straight, so, and not moving out of it, so I'm gonna really need to build some energy in the next couple weeks with the storm. But you guys will be helping, so.
And that is a good end to the GFS, nearly hitting the Outer Banks as a 976.
Oh my god! Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I think that's a nice end to the show.
Yeah, we just watched Wacky GFS run,
and it's the 0Z.
Yeah.
What is
not supposed to be drunk?
So let's just take a quick recap here. Just a quick fast. So basically, the storm develops, hits the Barbados, and then the Western Antilles, go into the Caribbean, hits the Dominican, makes landfall in Cuba, then goes back into the waters, then makes another landfall in northern Cuba, then moves a little bit north, then makes a landfall as a hurricane in the Florida Keys, and then makes landfall just south, again into Florida, then crosses over, stay as a hurricane, strengthens to once again a Category 2, and glaze the coast of the Carolinas. That's a lot of land, but it's very far out. This is September 19th. We're almost at the end of September on this run, you guys. Also, it looks like more tropical waves that we're going to have to watch in the main development region. Is also a big thing. Also, is the Canadian has caved in, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the euro is starting to run. I really wouldn't be. It's past midnight. Let's just take a fun look. I won't stay for the euro.
No.
Okay, good. Because then people will be telling me stay for the euro, and I think it's time for bed.
It's
my
time.
Okay. Kent, did you want to say anything? I think I heard you wanted to speak.
I live in North Carolina, and I still think it's probably at least in play. I mean, this can definitely change.
According to the 0Z, you guys are going to get a nice closed shade after a visit to me.
Yeah,
It pretty much visits everyone.
That's sharing the love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure goes.
Okay, enough. It is serious. The reason why we're joking around is because it's so far out. We're basically just getting entertained at the moment.
And I will guarantee this is going to change.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I agree.
I feel like when this system becomes depression, we would have a better likely. Can it be a PTC? I think it could have a chance of being a PTC, possibly afternoon tomorrow.
I think they would probably go straight to depression. I think a PTC, it's only if it's immediate threat to land is when they do a PTC.
Okay.
Like if something is spinning up like off the coast of the Gulf or something and it's less than 100 miles off the coast.
Okay.
Okay.
But but basically we're giggling is because this is Fantasyland, and I've always lived by the rule of it's better to be in the line of a hurricane at 350 hours out than a hurricane at 144 hours out.
Or 24 hours out.
So yeah.
Even worse.
It's because if you're getting hit by one now, it's likely that it's not going to be hitting you.
Yeah. This is going to change.
Or it could stay the same.
I mean, if this is doing the same thing tomorrow night, the day after, then it's not fun games anymore.
$1 billion in damage if all this happened.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But this
not
is
to mention
Fantasyland.
Puerto Rico back, its infrastructure back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just not good. I know people already asked me to stay in for the Euro. You guys, Weather Kingdom's out of energy. And if y'all want me to keep streaming for the rest of the month of September, because it looks like Gabrielle is going to keep me up for the entire month of September and whatever else wants to develop, I'm going to need to get some sleep. I think we all do, honestly, because we can't run on empty energy every single day while watching the weather, because it doesn't just get boring, but it wears you down after a while.
On the last for this, I thought, right? I was like, we're out of the woods. It's going out to sea. And then it changes again.
I mean, this is like what happened with Erin.
It is.
20 times more south.
Exact repeat.
Not really.
Except it's dramatically south.
Yes.
Times that it's changed is like Erin.
By the way, you guys, we're at 269 subscribers. Let's get to one more tonight. All right. Let's get up to 770. Let's do that. Or let's go all the way to 800.
And it is scraping the Cape Cod as a 94.
You're kidding, right?
Look, 366 hours out.
What in the world?
And it's heading towards Atlantic Canada.
Up, and then it makes landfall. Okay. So basically, what the GFS does is it shares the love.
Landfall everywhere.
Yep. By the way, this is September 20th, you guys. This is
Yeah.
15 days from now. That's a lot of... That's 15 days of us streaming.
When it gets going to England.
I think by the time it gets like right next to Canada, it's going to be a extratropical system at that point.
Also, I just want to say, because I know I really didn't talk too much about that, is we all also watching a few other tropical waves out in the main development region behind this system. The Canadian shows it a little bit. The GFS also shows it. The ensemble show it. And I know everybody's now more focused on this one storm. But we also have to keep an eye out on the tropical Atlantic, especially as we are entering closer to the peak of the hurricane season. Very concerning.
How many advisories will the National Hurricane Center put out from when it was an invest to when they put out their last advisory on this storm?
So, oh my God, probably like 40 at this point. 40, maybe even close to upper 40s.
Easily.
It has a long track history. I mean, it's going to have a long track history.
You know,
how many
at this
advisories
point,
did Erin have? Sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're good.
I'm wanting to stay up with Euro. I can't lie.
Interesting MJ.
All I'm worried about is the Canadian. The Canes, I feel like the most threatening model of the bunch.
Also, we are watching the MJO here, you guys. That's going to be entering into phases 1, 2, and then potentially into even 3. And we'll have to see if it enters into 4, as these are the main phases for the Atlantic. So, and also we do have a couple Kelvin waves as we enter mid-September. So we'll have to also keep an eye on that. I know I said I'm going to end the stream, but I have a little bit of energy left. I just want to have one more little bit of a recap on the tropical Atlantic by itself. Here we still have 70 people watching. It's crazy. Very appreciate that. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be watching the tropics into the end here, you guys. Looks like
Do you have any time you have now?
Oh wait, the hurricane models. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
How could we forget about them?
HAFS A now has development with the 0Z. Last run, it never showed development. HAFS A 57.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at the HAFS A, you guys. It shows development in the next 57 hours out.
What's the millibar?
998 in the next 57 hours out. If we take a look at the satellite imagery... Oh, okay, never mind. We're not even going to look at satellite imagery. Because the HAFS model make it look like it's doomsday.
The H wharf.
Whoa, HAFS B also has now showing... Now it also shows intensifying. In the next 36 hours into a strong tropical storm. The H wharf, HERF, is not running yet. The HMON has development too, but not as much.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's still running, so you gotta give it time.
Yeah, it's only 39 hours out, but...
Alright, guys, I'm gonna have to call it.
Yeah, same here. Well. I've pretty much given everything, you guys. I know we could have looked at the water temperatures, the historical average, but you guys... I'm tapping out.
Yeah.
We have been streaming over 2 hours.
4 hours, and I would be up for 24 hours straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you guys are new, please subscribe. We're going to be ending the stream here. Everybody that's in the Discord, let's You guys can actually start heading off if you like. If you want to say your last goodbyes before the end of the stream. Also, we did hit 70 likes on this stream.
Nice.
I do really appreciate you guys with all the support on this channel lately. We have seen a massive growth. And even for being almost 1:30 at night, pretty impressive that this many people stayed on since the beginning. I hope you guys liked the company. We had David on. We had Pat's on. We had LTW. We had Delta. We had Kent. Who else was here? We probably had a few other people. But
Yeah.
I wish everybody a good night. Keep an eye on the Euro model as we wake up in the morning. Keep an eye on the ensembles. Keep an eye on... Okay, that's the yawn. Keep an eye out on all the